Hawkeye, the man who never misses, is a ranged DPS character in Marvel Rivals. He is a long-range sniper-style character with a single-shot bow and arrow attack. His damage output will boost drastically if he's able to keep his cursor onto a target and is able to unleash a powerful attack that can kill most duelists in a single headshot. Being a sniper-style character, he is an opportunist that is quite vulnerable if you get up into his face. So players playing Hawkeye need to have excellent positioning and need to move preemptively to avoid incoming dangers. So playing as Hawkeye, first up, you want to find your ideal sniper location. Find a generally safe area where your team is going to be able to block enemies from being able to get to you. Make sure you have a good open scope of the battlefield so you can get your cursor on targets that enter into the engagement area. You should pretty much always have an arrow wound up, waiting for targets to become available. Once the target comes into line of sight, start charging your passive on them. When your passive reaches 100, that's when you begin planning to unleash an arrow. You can unleash it on the target that you've already charged on, but as it's likely going to be a tank, it shouldn't really take them out. It's usually more ideal to wait for him squishy your target to poke out from line of sight. Move your reticle from your charged up tank target over to the squishy that has just popped out, unleash the arrow trying to get that one shot. This will take a lot of work and practice to get good at, but you're going to want to be able to snap off of a target directly to somebody that has just come into line of sight and hit them with a quick headshot. Becoming familiar with the maps and knowing where headline is going to come out as targets move around corners is going to be really important to getting good at this character. It's usually best to move after unleashing a couple of attacks, so players aren't immediately ready for your current location. If you end up just staying still and constantly unleashing arrows from the same point, you're likely to become victim of a diver who's going to come in and try and take you out. It can be a real pain for you to take one of these guys down, because keeping your cursor onto a diver is relatively difficult, and each arrow that you miss has quite a bit of wind up before you have another arrow available. If somebody does get onto you, it's usually best to do a crescent slash and double jump to find yourself to safety, possibly following that up with your hypersonic arrow for a slow on them. Most of your damage is going to be coming from those basic attack arrows, and holding your other abilities to use in reaction moments when you need to protect yourself is going to be more ideal than constantly trying to get additional benefit out of them, using them and keeping them on cooldown. Be ready to switch over to your blast arrows and to blast into any diver that's managed to get onto you. 3 blast arrow volleys will melt a tank and will decimate into a dive duelist. Overall, Hawkeye is really good for players that are patient and like getting high reward from an effective attack, but don't need to be constantly attacking enemies and are okay just waiting out for the ideal moment. Your fully charged up headshot damage is even a huge chunk against enemy tanks. An enemy vanguard just coming right at your team can eat a bunch of headshots and be quickly wiped out faster than their strategists are able to keep them alive. A well-positioned Hawkeye railing arrows into the enemy team is extremely oppressive, and enemy teams are going to be super frustrated with you just existing in the game. So be ready for them to change their strategy and take you out. I hope this guide helps you become more like Hawkeye so you never miss a shot.